This offseason for the New York Knicks continues to be a roller coaster. Let's get right into it right now. Knicks insider James Edwards from The Athletic says that he thinks there is a 40% chance that this core of Jalen Brunson, Josh Hart, Karl-Anthony Towns, Mikal Bridges, OG Anunoby, that core will be broken up this offseason via trade. That's a 40% chance, 4 out of 10 chance, just below 50% chance. To me, that's a high percentage. That is a high percentage to be that sure that this core is going to be blown up. That's too high of a percentage for me to feel comfortable about this core staying together, right? Usually, when you have a core like this, there's no talk. There's no inkling that things are going to get blown up. You have a core, you stick with the core, you build around the core, you move forward with the core. But with the exit of Tom Tibido, it has you wondering, what is the direction of this franchise? The Knicks still really haven't given us any answers from the coaching position. So we don't know what stylistically James Dolan and Leon Rose want from this team. We don't know the vision. We are all left just clueless right now if you're a Knicks fan, right? We don't know what's going on. And with this report, it has you thinking that maybe the combination of Jalen Brunson and Karl-Anthony Towns is not as safe as I thought it was when Tibido got fired. Because when Tibido was gone, I was like, okay, well, that means that they're probably dedicating themselves to Jalen and Cat, and they didn't have confidence that Tibbs could work it out, right? They want to keep Karl-Anthony Towns and Jalen Brunson together, so they're going to find a coach who can make it work. Now they're saying there's a 40% chance that the core's gone. Now, does that mean Cat? No. Definitely doesn't mean Jalen. Maybe it's OG. Maybe it's Mikal Bridges. I don't know why it would be OG. I think OG has proven himself here to be a very consistent player, fantastic defender, everything that you thought he'd be when you traded for him from the Toronto Raptors. Is it Mikal Bridges? Do you swallow the fact that you gave up that many draft picks to get him for just 1 year? Do you admit that mistake? Do you just cut losses now? He was very up and down this season, had some big moments, especially against Boston in the playoffs. Who is it? How would the Knicks blow this up? Is it Karl-Anthony Towns? Do they get a new coach who says to Leon Rose, to James Dolan, listen, I know you fired Tibbs, but this can't work. You can't have two players like Jalen Brunson and Karl-Anthony Towns on the defensive end that teams can pick on if you're going to win an NBA championship. Very, very interesting. I want to know what you think. Let me know what you think in the comments. Do you think the Knicks blow up the core this offseason? Do you think a big trade is coming? And if so, for who? Right? There's talk about Giannis. There's talk about maybe something with the Pelicans, Herb Jones, Trey Murphy, which I think would fit a little bit more. KD's gone. We'll talk about that in a second. But what does that trade look like? It's also being reported right now. It's actually not being reported. It is a fact that Mike Brown on DraftKings is the favorite to get the New York Knicks position. Him and Taylor Jenkins had been confirmed for interviews coming up this week. Again, Mike Brown, solid guy, solid coach. Don't understand why you would fire Tom Tibido if Mike Brown's going to be the replacement. Seems like a lateral move. Don't know what the Knicks are doing in the sense where you fire a man and you don't seem to have a plan. You go knocking on the doors of other teams, seeing if their head coaches are available when they're already under contract. Doesn't make a lot of sense to me. I understand doing due diligence. I understand doing it for one coach that you might have your eye on. But doing it for 5 different teams is just ridiculous. And now you're going out to Mike Brown, Taylor Jenkins, and just kind of, it's like throwing darts at a dartboard. We'll see what happens. I am shocked they're not going out to Johnny Bryant, somebody who was with the organization under Tom Thibodeau as an assistant coach, now with the Cleveland Cavaliers, who seems to be well-respected and known as one of the brighter young minds in the National Basketball Association. That kind of surprises me. But yeah, Mike Brown right now is the favorite to get the job. I'm not happy about it. I'm not sad about it. I'm not mad about it. It's just one of those things where it's like this whole thing has been a mess from the beginning. If you wanted Tom Thibodeau fired, that's fine. I think there are valid criticisms that you could have had for Thibodeau. I know a lot of Knicks fans are happy with the firing. Do you think the Knicks needed to go in a different direction? And you can convince me of that. I just don't think that they're going in a different direction. It's like you are going on the same road. You just switched drivers. That's all it seems like. You're not getting off of an exit going in a different way. You're going on the same path, the same highway. You just switched drivers with Mike Brown. I like the guy. He's cool. It's the same way I feel about Tibbs. I like Tibbs. He's cool. But he doesn't bring an extra element that Tibbs didn't have. He's never really been able to work it out with other teams as well. Now, he did do something with Tibbs, like that's similar to Tibbs, where Tibbs brought the Knicks from here to here, just like Mike Brown brought the Sacramento Kings from here to here, two failing franchises that turned it around under the leadership. Mike Brown won a Coach of the Year just like Tom Thibodeau did. But, again, like I said, same highway, different driver. That's just how I feel. Now, the Knicks seem to be out on Kevin Durant. It has been reported that the Knicks just do not have interest. Kevin Durant did have interest in being in the New York Knicks. It was, in fact, his first destination, if you believe certain reports. But James Dolan, it's being reported that James Dolan didn't want Kevin Durant on the Knicks because he's still salty about Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving choosing the Brooklyn Nets over the New York Knicks. I think it was 2008. It was such a long time ago. Was that 2018? 2000? Jeez. That was such a long time ago. 2019. Unbelievable. Listen, I'm not someone who necessarily wants Kevin Durant on the team. He's somebody who I would welcome with open arms, depending on what the trade looked like. You know, if it was Mikal Bridges and like ancillary pieces and picks, I would have been thrilled about it. I don't want to give up OG Anunoby for it. There's certain scenarios where I wouldn't want it to happen, but if he came here for the right price, yeah, absolutely, I would welcome KD with open arms. I think Kevin Durant is one of the greatest basketball players of all time. Doesn't get enough flowers because of his journey in the NBA, going from, you know, OKC to Golden State, you know, and Phoenix, like all these other places. The Brooklyn. I think a lot of basketball fans lost respect for him and in turn have kind of underrated who he is. I know he's older. I know he's looking for an extension, so I don't know if the Knicks are willing to give him that as well. But I just think it's funny. You know, that's James Dolan, man. He can hold a grudge. He can hold a grudge. Just like he's holding a grudge against Charles Oakley right now. You know, you snubbed me back 7 years ago. Well, I'm going to get you back now. We don't want you. We don't need you. I think that's pretty funny. It's only funny, though, because the Knicks do have some, I wouldn't say embarrassment of riches, but they are in a good spot. They just made the Eastern Conference Finals, so I can laugh at it. I don't necessarily need KD. I'm not, you know, calling out to get KD to save the franchise. But he's somebody who I don't think the Knicks should just scoff at, you know, depending on the deal. But it is what it is. Like I said, not clamming for it. I'm cool with it. I'm sure you're cool with it too, right? Like, we don't need KD here. We're at that point now where we just know we need to tune up a few things, get the right coach, and move forward. Listen, subscribe to the channel. Would really appreciate it. We're trying to build a community here at Knicks Latest. I want to get your opinions. I want to showcase them on the show. If you have any questions, ask them on the comment section. I want to bring them up. I want to answer them. We can debate. We can discuss. I want to know who you think the next head coach for the Knicks is going to be. I want to know if they do blow up the core, what trade, what players are out there that you would like to get. And don't mention Giannis. Let's not make this easy. Let's not go, oh, let's trade for Giannis. Anybody can say that. Let me know who's out there that you would like to see in a New York Knicks uniform. For instance, like I said, I would replace Mikal Bridges with Trey Murphy. He's somebody who I think would be fantastic for the Knicks. Now, obviously, that's going to take a little more than just one for one, but that's the direction that I'm taking this in, if you know what I'm saying. So subscribe. Make sure you like the video. Make sure you comment. I'll see you tomorrow with more rumors. There's going to be a lot of them. It's been one heck of an offseason for the Knicks. I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.